From gospel greats to R&B legends, the world of music has had its fair share of closet gay stars. Their personal lives are not only shrouded in secrecy, but also controversies. Join us as we uncover 15 gay closet cases in R&B history. Number 15, Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross is regarded as one of R&B's most celebrated voices, recognized for his heartfelt ballads and enduring performances. His private life, however, was surrounded by secrecy, especially concerning his sexual orientation. Vandross, a reserved individual, steered clear of directly confronting speculation regarding his sexual orientation. He was recognized for avoiding questions that dug too deep, preferring to allow his music to be the genuine reflection of his spirit. His hesitancy to talk about his personal life only heightened speculation, as fans and industry insiders questioned if he could be one of the LGBTQ+ artists during a period when acceptance was scarce, particularly in the R&B and soul music genres. Despite the speculation, Vandross's attention stayed firmly on his profession. His powerful voice and profoundly emotional performances garnered a loyal fan base, with songs such as Dance with My Father and Here and Now winning over audiences globally.
Are you in a good place now in your life?
Depends on when you ask me whether or not it's a good place.
His achievement enabled him to rise above the strict limits of the time, and he emerged as an icon for many, irrespective of personal or professional enigmas. Although he never explicitly stated his sexuality, Vandross's emotional presence on stage convinced many that he infused his challenges and hidden realities into his songs, resonating with audiences on a profoundly personal level. Rumors about Vandross's private life were neither affirmed nor rejected by his nearest friends and relatives. Even longtime friend Patti LaBelle remarked that Vandross's main worry was how his mother would react to his coming out, especially given the cultural context of that era. This introduced an emotional dimension to his narrative, as it showcased the intricate struggles encountered by LGBTQ+ individuals in the spotlight. For Vandross, the felt pressure of social norms likely impacted his choice to emphasize privacy. Who else do you think is secretly part of the gay community? Number 14, Billy Preston. Billy Preston, a talented musician celebrated for his collaborations with icons such as the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, experienced a life of subtle intricacy. Recognized as the fifth Beatle for his impact on their music, Preston's influence reached across multiple genres. Even with his popularity and relationships with prominent rock and R&B icons, Preston fiercely protected his private life, particularly his sexuality, which was frequently speculated about but never explicitly addressed. During a time when LGBTQ+ identities faced significant stigma, particularly in the entertainment industry, Preston's choice to maintain his sexuality secrecy was typical. This concealment, along with the constant murmurs regarding his relationships, contributed to an air of intrigue surrounding his character. Preston's existence was filled with contradictions. Although he freely showcased his musical talents, he kept a protective silence regarding his internal battles and personal connections. Friends and colleagues honored his need for privacy, and Preston seldom spoke about personal matters, redirecting the attention towards his projects. Preston's music, marked by heartfelt depth and distinct skill, mirrored his intricate feelings. Tracks such as Nothing from Nothing and Will It Go Round in Circles struck a chord with listeners, attracting fans from various backgrounds who appreciated his skill and adaptability.
Well, I just want to thank you very much for playing Space Race, on every show. I really appreciate it.
I love your stuff. I'm a big, what I said over there is for real. I'm a big Billy Preston fan.
In a field frequently eager to categorize artists, Preston stayed mysterious, avoiding classifications and fusing genres to form a sound that was uniquely his. This uncertainty also encompassed his private life, keeping his sexuality an unanswered question in the public's perception, while never undermining his status as an artist. In the latter part of his life, Preston encountered several difficulties, such as health problems and legal issues. However, his legacy endures powerfully. Renowned for its emotional depth and musical creativity. Even now, he is recognized as a pioneer whose impact on music was unmistakable. Billy Preston's existence, shrouded in mystery and characterized by subtle strength, reflects the wider challenges faced by LGBTQ+ people in the music scene, who, despite their skills, felt the need to hide parts of their identity. In honoring Preston, both fans and historians persist in commemorating his artistic accomplishments, while appreciating the decisions he took to safeguard his privacy in a society frequently unaccepting of diversity. Number 13, Rosin Patterson. Rosin Patterson shines as a pioneer in R&B, recognized not just for his exceptional vocals, but also for his candidness about his sexuality, a rare stance in a genre typically characterized by a conservative approach to LGBTQ+ representation. Recognized for songs such as Where You Are and Stop By, Patterson has cultivated a dedicated fan base with his soothing vocals, sincere lyrics, and a style that showcases his varied musical inspirations. In a field where numerous LGBTQ+ artists have traditionally felt the need to hide their personal lives, Patterson's choice to publicly embrace his identity as a gay man has made a significant impact, confronting stereotypes and expanding the boundaries of R&B. Patterson's path to accepting his sexuality has been a slow progression. At the start of his career, he decided to maintain privacy regarding his personal life, recognizing the dangers of coming out in the R&B and soul music scenes, which have historically been shaped by traditional perspectives on masculinity. Eventually, Patterson chose to openly discuss his identity, acknowledging the significance of visibility in representation, particularly for young LGBTQ+ fans who might experience loneliness. Through sharing his experiences, he has fostered a space in R&B for discussions about sexuality, self-acceptance, and personal authenticity. His 2007 album, Wines and Spirits, signified a shift, as Patterson incorporated themes of identity, love, and personal development into his lyrics. This album and his subsequent works strongly resonate with fans who value his sincerity and openness. Being one of the limited openly gay men in the genre, Patterson has faced challenges, yet his determination has yielded success, granting him both critical recognition and a loyal following that values his music and its message of self-acceptance. In his music, Patterson frequently delves into topics of love and relationships from a universal perspective, allowing his songs to resonate with a wide audience while showcasing his distinct experiences as a gay man. Apart from his music, Patterson has leveraged his platform to promote LGBTQ+ rights and representation in the Black community. His activism addresses the overlaps of race and sexuality, underscoring the unique difficulties encountered by LGBTQ+ people of color. He has urged other artists and fans to accept their genuine selves, stating that being true to one's identity improves both individual joy and creative expression. For numerous individuals, Patterson's transparency has served as an inspiration, offering hope and representation in a genre that has frequently been devoid of LGBTQ+ perspectives. Number 12, Carl Bean. Carl Bean is a name that embodies courage, resilience, and fearless pride in the LGBTQ+ community. Widely recognized for his pioneering track I Was Born This Way, Bean has made a significant impact on both the music sector and social activism. Initially a gospel vocalist who later transitioned to R&B, Bean utilized his platform to communicate themes of self-acceptance and pride in the LGBTQ+ community, especially among African Americans. His journey as a vocalist and his efforts as an activist have created enduring effects, establishing him as a trailblazer for LGBTQ+ visibility and acceptance. Bean's 1970 scene debut of I Was Born This Way was groundbreaking. During a period when conversations about LGBTQ+ rights were scarce and numerous LGBTQ+ people felt compelled to conceal their identities, Bean's song presented a message of freedom. The song, championing self-acceptance and pride, struck a chord within the LGBTQ+ community, particularly among Black LGBTQ+ people who frequently encountered extra layers of discrimination. Bean's openness in expressing his identity through music defied the conventions of his era, paving the way for upcoming artists and advocates. In addition to his musical achievements, Carl Bean spent a significant portion of his life engaged in activism, especially in reaction to the HIV/AIDS crisis that severely impacted the LGBTQ+ community during the 1980s and 1990s. In 1982, he established the Minority AIDS Project in Los Angeles, offering support, advocacy, and resources for underserved populations impacted by HIV/AIDS. Bean's efforts with the organization were groundbreaking, as he confronted the distinct challenges encountered by LGBTQ+ individuals of color, who frequently experienced extra stigma within both the Black community and wider society. His dedication to activism demonstrated his compassion, strength, and faith in the influence of community. As a gay man in a mostly conservative industry, Bean faced numerous challenges throughout his journey. His choice to live genuinely and advocate for LGBTQ+ rights established him as a pioneer, even if it led to encountering challenges. Nevertheless, he stayed resolute, championing dignity, health equity, and the freedom of self-expression. His legacy embodies compassion and leadership, inspiring numerous individuals in the LGBTQI community and beyond to live courageously and strive for equality. You will not believe who we have next on this list. Number 11, Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah, a pioneer in hip-hop and R&B, has made a lasting impression on music, film, and television. But her personal life is mostly kept private. While she has openly expressed her support for LGBTQ+ rights, Latifah has been careful about what she reveals about her personal life, choosing privacy rather than openness. Her choice to keep private matters to herself has ignited intrigue, causing both fans and media to ponder her sexuality. Nonetheless, Latifah's inclination towards privacy reflects the greater pressures faced by celebrities, especially in hip-hop and R&B.
That means they weren't slaves?
That means you descend from free Negroes. You descend from free people of color.
Where LGBTQ+ representation has traditionally been restricted. Latifah's influence on the industry has been significant, as she paved the way not just as a female rapper, but also as a leading African-American woman in entertainment. Her first tracks, like UNITY, address social concerns, such as gender equality and respect, striking a chord with listeners who viewed her as an advocate for empowerment. As time went on, she broadened her career to include acting and hosting, delivering award-winning performances in films such as Chicago and the enduring talk program, The Queen Latifah Show. Throughout her diverse career, Latifah has adeptly managed the limelight, maintaining a lively public image while upholding her personal limits. As a champion for LGBTQ+ rights, Queen Latifah has endorsed initiatives that promote equality and representation, using her voice to address concerns that resonate strongly with her. Her performance in the 2015 movie Bessie, in which she played blues artist Bessie Smith, recognized for her relationships with women, marked an important milestone in her career. This depiction appears to strengthen Latifah's bond with LGBTQ+ audiences, who viewed her as an ally, if not beyond that. Her dedication to advocacy without explicit statements about her personal life demonstrates that support and understanding can be significant without revealing details. Number 10, Teddy Pendergrass. Teddy Pendergrass, an emotive R&B singer, enchanted crowds in the 1970s and 1980s with his commanding stage presence and heartfelt love songs. Renowned for hits such as Love TKO and Close the Door, Pendergrass emerged as an icon, particularly among female admirers. His achievement was linked to a mysterious charm, intensified following a tragic car crash in 1982 that left him paralyzed from the waist down. This incident altered the direction of his career and life, increasing the public's interest in his personal life, especially concerning persistent speculation about his sexuality. Pendergrass upheld a distinction between his public image and private life, consistently avoiding inquiries about his sexuality. During a time when the R&B and soul genres were largely ruled by heteronormative stories, Pendergrass's quietness was quite typical. The intrigue about him intensified nonetheless because of his intimate connections and the specifics of his incident. The event, which involved a trans woman traveler, sparked public speculation, but did not change his perception as a romantic icon for admirers. His decision to keep these aspects of his life private might have been shaped by the era's restricted acceptance of LGBTQ+ identities within the entertainment sector. Although he encountered physical and emotional difficulties after his accident, Pendergrass's career persisted. He achieved a successful return, performing while sitting down and creating songs that conveyed both vulnerability and strength. His transparency regarding his challenges after the accident, while preserving his limits, enhanced his charm and cemented his status in R&B history. Supporters were impressed by his resolve and skill to turn challenges into art as he persevered in expressing himself and motivating those around him. This is not all, because the next person will leave you speechless. Number 9, Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean is commonly viewed as one of the most creative and impactful R&B musicians of his era. Renowned for his reflective lyrics, genre mixing sound, and innovative stance on music, Ocean has profoundly altered the realm of modern R&B. Nonetheless, it was his candidness regarding his sexuality that garnered attention, enhancing his impact further. In 2012, Ocean shared an emotional letter on his Tumblr page disclosing that his first love was a male. This demonstration of vulnerability was revolutionary, not just in the R&B genre, but also in the wider music industry where LGBTQ+ representation had been scarce, especially among Black performers. Ocean's choice to publicly come out was brave, occurring during a period when numerous LGBTQ+ artists were still under pressure to hide their sexuality, particularly in genres such as R&B and hip-hop, where masculinity and heterosexual norms are frequently stressed. His transparency dismantled obstacles and transformed him into an icon of genuineness for numerous admirers. In the letter, he conveyed that his sexuality had been a part of him for many years, but he opted to discuss it following a profound emotional bond with someone of the same gender.
You know what? This is what you want? I'm out. This is who I am. Frank said everybody take 5. He wrote a letter to his fans to say how he felt.
This disclosure not only represented a personal achievement for Ocean, but also motivated numerous fans and other artists who viewed his candor as a symbol of strength and empowerment. Ocean's melodies capture his path of personal exploration and embrace. His widely praised album, Channel Orange, 2012, included songs that delicately alluded to his romantic experiences, while Blonde, 2016, was even more transparent, with tracks such as Nights and Self-Control, exploring themes of love, heartbreak, and identity. Through his music, Ocean has created a space for discussions about LGBTQ+ experiences, especially in the Black community, where queer identities have frequently been overlooked. His choice to openly express his truth significantly influenced the LGBTQ+ community, as it created greater visibility and insight into queer experiences in the music industry. The Ocean's inclusivity created opportunities for other LGBTQ+ artists, especially Black and brown musicians, to express their narratives confidently, without the worry of being judged. Frank Ocean's influence, both as a musical visionary and as a champion for LGBTQ+ rights, endures as he stays a crucial presence in the continuous battle for more inclusivity and representation within the entertainment sector. Number 8, Meshel Ndegeocello. Meshel Ndegeocello is an artist whose emotive and genre-blending music has made a significant impact on R&B, jazz, and neo-soul. Renowned for her distinctive sound, Ndejio Cello's impact on music goes well beyond her tracks, as she has defied conventions related to sexuality, gender, and artistic expression. During her career, Ndejio Cello has candidly acknowledged her bisexuality, a brave position that distinguished her in a musical environment where LGBTQ+ visibility was limited, particularly among Black musicians. Her sincerity and openness have enabled her to bond profoundly with fans who seek comfort in her genuine nature and bold attitude towards life. Ndejio Cello's path as an artist and as a bisexual woman is evident in her art, where she frequently delves into themes of love, identity, and societal norms. Her 1993 debut album, Plantation Lullabies, earned her critical praise and notice for its daring blend of funk, R&B, and jazz, along with its examination of Black identity, sexuality, and societal concerns. Songs such as If That's Your Boyfriend, He Wasn't Last Night highlight her clever lyrics and subtle insights on love and loyalty. With every album, Ndejio Cello has expanded limits, choosing not to conform to one genre or follow industry standards, but rather embracing her artistic and personal realities. Her candidness regarding her bisexuality has established Ndejio Cello as a significant figure in the LGBTQ+ community, especially for Black women in pursuit of representation. Through her open lifestyle and the incorporation of LGBTQ+ themes in her music, she has motivated others to accept their true selves and resist social pressures to fit in. Her prominence as a queer artist has confronted stereotypes within the music industry and the Black community, promoting enhanced acceptance and understanding. For Ndejio Cello, music serves as a stage for expression and a way to promote authenticity and acceptance. Number 7, Prince. Prince was a musical genius who transcended genre boundaries and identities, emerging as a legend not just for his skills, but also for his bold defiance of gender conventions. Renowned for his extravagant style, gender-fluid appearance, and provocative lyrics, Prince revolutionized R&B, pop, and rock with tracks that challenged conventional limits on sexuality. Tracks such as Purple Rain, Kiss, and When Doves Cry launched him to superstardom, while his persona, featuring high heels, makeup, and gender-fluid attire, challenged classification. While Prince never openly defined his sexuality, his acceptance of ambiguity became a key aspect of his appeal. Throughout his career, Prince sparked curiosity by steering clear of typical stories regarding relationships. He frequently blended both masculine and feminine qualities, developing a character that was equally captivating and mysterious. Prince's lyrics, which embrace sexuality and sensuality without explicit mention of gender, encouraged listeners to interpret his message openly. His candidness regarding sexual exploration, evident in his music and fashion, defied conventions and earned him respect from fans who viewed him as a champion of individual liberty and self-expression. Prince's choice not to label himself established him as an LGBTQ+ icon, as he advocated for a broader, inclusive vision that transcended basic categories. In spite of his mysterious public persona, Prince was recognized for having tight supervision over his personal affairs. He provided minimal information about his relationships, increasing curiosity regarding his personal life. Some thought his religious convictions, which grew more significant over time, could have affected his hesitation to talk about his sexuality. Nonetheless, Prince stayed steadfast in his dedication to artistic expression, frequently stating that his music ought to represent itself. In a society that frequently urged celebrities to conform, Prince's decision to keep his identity ambiguous positioned him as a groundbreaking symbol of artistic defiance. Number 6, Phyllis Hyman. Phyllis Hyman, a powerful soul singer celebrated for her heartfelt voice and emotive ballads, won over audiences with tracks such as Living All Alone and You Know How to Love Me. Her songs frequently explored topics of love, heartbreak, and resilience, striking a chord with listeners who found echoes of their lives in her words. Although Hyman's talent earned her wide recognition, her private life stayed shrouded in secrecy. Her quiet demeanor and hesitation to talk about her relationships ignited speculation regarding her sexuality, creating a lasting curiosity that persisted even after her untimely death in 1995. Hyman's unique style and honest expressions in her songs contributed to her mysterious aura. Renowned for her grace and distinctive voice, she infused her performances with depth and intensity, frequently expressing a feeling of longing and vulnerability that captivated her audience. Though rumors regarding her personal life spread, Hyman never acknowledged or rejected the speculation about her sexuality. This uncertainty reflected her music, where emotional richness frequently suggested unsaid challenges. Numerous fans thought her music contained hints of her life experiences, enhancing the charm of her artistry. During a time when being openly LGBTQ+ posed difficulties, particularly in the typically conservative R&B genre, Hyman's choice to keep personal matters private was quite typical. The pressures within the industry on artists, especially women, to conform to societal expectations probably shaped her cautious position. Hyman's existence was defined by battles with mental health and personal challenges, which she transformed into her music, forging an emotional bond with listeners who resonated with her portrayal of suffering and strength. Her individual challenges, along with her unwillingness to shed light on her personal life, further intensified the intrigue surrounding her. Number 5. Da Brat. Da Brat, a significant figure in 90s, hip-hop, and R&B, has lately made a courageous move by candidly sharing details about her personal life and identity. Recognized for her unique style and impactful lyrics, Da Brat made history as one of the earliest female rappers to achieve platinum status with her 1994 debut album, Funk Daffy. For many years, Da Brat maintained her personal life as a secret, frequently avoiding inquiries about her sexuality. In recent years, however, she has decided to share her story publicly, proudly revealing her relationship with entrepreneur Jessica Dupart, a choice that strongly resonated with fans in the LGBTQ+ community. Emerging as a prominent rapper in an industry that frequently pushes artists to uphold a specific image was a bold decision for Da Brat. Her connection with Dupart, whom she lovingly refers to as her twin flame, has provided her with increased visibility as she openly shares their experiences on social media and during interviews. By accepting her identity, Da Brat has emerged as a role model for those facing similar struggles, demonstrating that living authentically is achievable even when in the spotlight. By choosing to share her truth, she has become a significant figure in promoting LGBTQ+ visibility, particularly in the hip-hop and R&B scenes.
Oh, but when I first met him, I did have a crush on him.
Really?
I did. I thought he was the cutest little thing. Yeah, I did. No.
Da Brat's candidness regarding her path has sparked discussions about sexuality and acceptance in the music industry. Her narrative illustrates the advancements achieved in inclusivity, along with the continuous necessity for representation in the hip-hop and R&B genres. By embracing her truth, Da Brat has not only transformed her existence, but has also encouraged fans and colleagues to boldly express their true selves. Number 4, Kehlani. Kehlani has risen as a daring figure in R&B, celebrated not just for her distinctive musical sound, but also for her honest transparency regarding her identity. Renowned for tracks such as Honey, Nights Like This, and Gangsta, Kehlani fuses R&B, soul, and hip-hop, establishing her unique niche in the music scene through her vulnerability and artistic flair. In addition to her music, she has openly discussed her sexuality, identifying as queer and utilizing her platform to promote LGBTQ+ representation. Her transparency has established her as a significant figure for fans who feel recognized and understood through her experiences. Kehlani's path to embracing herself has been profoundly personal and life-changing, she has recounted her journey of embracing her identity, highlighting the difficulties and pleasures of living genuinely. As a queer identifying artist, Kehlani has paved the way in a genre where LGBTQ+ visibility has traditionally been scarce, particularly for women of color. Her openness to talk about her sexuality candidly and without embarrassment has struck a chord with a generation of listeners who appreciate inclusiveness and authenticity. For Kehlani, sharing her identity goes beyond self-expression. It's about fostering a safe environment for others to discover and embrace their identities. In her songs, Kehlani frequently weaves in themes of love and self-empowerment, mirroring her path of self-exploration. Tracks such as Honey, which includes themes about her attraction to women, provide audiences insight into her experiences, enabling her fans to relate to her on a deeper level. This genuineness contributes to her status as a cherished artist, as she utilizes her platform to address individuals who feel overlooked or misinterpreted. By accepting her queerness and resisting traditional norms, she has become an inspiration to admirers who appreciate her talent and dedication to authenticity. Kehlani's impact goes beyond just her music. She leverages her social media platform to promote LGBTQ+ rights, raise awareness about mental health, and address various social issues, enhancing her message of acceptance and kindness. Her journey symbolizes a wider transformation in R&B, as an increasing number of artists are openly embracing their identities and motivating fans to follow suit. For Kehlani, being true to oneself is not just a personal decision, it's a declaration that has contributed to fostering greater inclusivity in the industry. By being open and advocating for her beliefs, Kehlani has established herself as a powerful artist and a representation of strength and pride for the LGBTQ+ community. Among all these people, there is one whose story fascinates the most. Some of you may not believe, but yeah, she's gay. Number 3, Tracy Chapman. Tracy Chapman, recognized for her heartfelt and socially aware music, has consistently captivated listeners with her vibrant voice and thoughtful lyrics. Tracks such as Fast Car, Talking About a Revolution, and Give Me One Reason highlight her capacity to address intricate themes with sincerity and depth, striking a chord with audiences globally. Regardless of her notoriety, Chapman has upheld a strong dedication to privacy, opting to let her music convey her message instead of revealing aspects of her personal life.
Truthfully, the record company was strongly urging me to consider it.
This cautious stance has sparked speculation regarding her sexuality, particularly since she has been reported to have had relationships in the LGBTQ+ community. Chapman's hesitation to talk about her personal life demonstrates her conviction in keeping a distinction between her art and her private identity. In a sector where celebrities frequently endure close examination, Chapman has repeatedly sidestepped inquiries regarding her relationships, avoiding any labels or clarifications. Her strategy has enabled her to steer her story, setting her apart as one of the rare artists who gained notoriety while preserving her privacy. By refraining from discussing her private life publicly, she has shaped an image that highlights her activism and music instead of her personal experiences, remaining faithful to her artistic integrity. As a proponent of social justice, Chapman's music frequently delves into themes such as poverty, inequality, and systemic unfairness. Her commitment to these issues has garnered her admiration as an artist thoroughly engaged in social transformation. This activism, combined with her modest personality, has enabled her to engage with fans profoundly, as audiences sense she's advocating for issues beyond her interests. The infrequent insights she has offered into her personal beliefs, focused on authenticity, equality, and respect, have established her as a role model for those who admire her art and principles. Number 2, Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill, a prominent name in R&B known for his rich, powerful voice and sleek style, has enjoyed a remarkable career featuring solo achievements and his role in the supergroup New Edition. Recognized for popular tracks such as My and his impactful collaborations with LSG and New Edition, Gil's artistry has established him as one of the genre's iconic voices. Nonetheless, during his career, speculation regarding his personal life, especially concerning his sexuality, has continued, yet he has opted not to confront them publicly, favoring to protect his private life from public scrutiny. Notwithstanding the rumors, Gil has stayed dedicated to his music, continually providing soulful performances that highlight his remarkable vocal range and emotional intensity. His decision to uphold a discreet personal life has fostered a sense of intrigue, but it has also enabled him to prioritize his career over his relationships. By choosing not to address these rumors, Gil has shown a degree of professionalism and confidence that is respected by fans. His concentration on his art instead of his individual identity reflects the principles of an artist dedicated to his craft. Gil's quietness regarding these issues might reflect the period during which he developed as an artist, an era when the R&B industry held specific standards concerning masculinity and sexuality. In this regard, his choice to maintain the privacy of his personal life has probably enabled him to advance his career without sacrificing his artistic principles or personal limits. His determination and unwillingness to let speculation define him have enabled him to keep creating music and engaging with audiences throughout different generations. And now, to the last on our list. Don't be too surprised when we call him out. Number 1, Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell, a prominent R&B icon of the 1990s, enchanted audiences with his velvety vocals and songs, such as Can We Talk and I'm Ready. Renowned for his strong vocals and captivating stage presence, Campbell swiftly emerged as a teen phenomenon, receiving several Grammy nominations and securing his place as a mainstay in the music industry. Nevertheless, even with his first achievements, Campbell's personal affairs stayed mostly confidential, and his sexual orientation was a topic of speculation for many years.
Because she was really bothered by the content. She was bothered by the lyrics.
Subsequently, he candidly talked about his experiences, disclosing that he identifies as part of the LGBTQ+ community while accepting his authentic self. For Campbell, coming out represented an important milestone, particularly as an artist, from a time when openly talking about sexuality in R&B was still considered inappropriate. His choice to reveal his truth openly has garnered support, striking a chord with fans who have appreciated him since the beginning of his career. Campbell's transparency regarding his identity has enriched his legacy, enabling fans to view him as a symbol of strength and genuineness. His experience has inspired others in the LGBTQ+ community to accept their identities, demonstrating that it is possible to live openly and confidently despite facing public scrutiny. In addressing his sexuality, Campbell has emerged as a proponent of authenticity, urging younger artists and fans to value self-acceptance more than societal norms. His narrative emphasizes the cultural changes occurring in the R&B genre, as contemporary artists are more frequently able to express themselves freely and accept their identities without the worry of criticism. Campbell's path from personal challenges to societal acceptance showcases the advancements in the music industry and the increasing support for LGBTQ+ musicians. Tevin Campbell's influence as a musician and activist has made a lasting impression on R&B. Through sharing his experiences, he has offered representation for LGBTQ+ people in a genre that has traditionally been short on this visibility. Campbell's bravery in accepting his identity has motivated fans through the years, highlighting the significance of self-acceptance and genuineness. Today, he is honored not just for his musical skills, but also for his role in enhancing LGBTQ+ visibility in R&B, reminding fans that authentic artistry means accepting one's entire self. His tale embodies personal resilience and the changing acceptance in the music industry, motivating others who encounter similar paths. So, What do you think about these R&B gay stars? Who do you think is not on this list? Let us know in the comments. If you want more interesting revelations, be sure to like, subscribe, and watch the next video shown on your screen. See you there.